Hi, and I am back again. I'm very excited because we actually have Patrick Lowe, who is the Technical Services Manager, and Wade Flemming, who is the Lab Manager at LE Lubricants. They're going to be telling us about how LE uncovered a hidden plant within its walls. It's going to be a great presentation, and I'm just going to let you know to make sure and get that code at the bottom of the screen there because I know the competition has been very fierce so far. So record that code. I'm gonna pass you over to Patrick and Wade in a little bit.
Hello, everyone. Hope you've been enjoying the LRVS 2021 virtual summit so far. This presentation, my colleague and I, Patrick, will be talking about finding a hidden plant within the walls of lubrication engineers. I'll go ahead and introduce Patrick Lowe. He'll be presenting a little later the second half of this presentation. Patrick is our technical services manager here at Lubrication Engineers. I received his engineering degree from Louisiana Tech University. He heads up our technical services department, interacting with customers and sales reps, helping them out with technical questions and lubrication recommendations. I'm Wade Flemming, laboratory manager here at Lubrication Engineers. I've been here for about 15 years now. I've worked in the laboratory my entire career in various duties here at Lubrication Engineers. I am CLS and CLGS certified. So Lubrication Engineers has been in business since 1951. So we're celebrating our 70-year anniversary this year. We manufacture a full line of industrial and automotive lubricants located in Wichita, Kansas. Our manufacturing plant is a 200,000 square foot plant. We do have warehouse space included in that 200,000 square feet. We are a batch type of producer. Each of our lubricants are produced in batch type of manufacturing process. Fairly big facility for Wichita, Kansas. A lot of assets to try to manage and reliably manage. So a few years ago, we decided to take this journey to reliability within our own walls here at Lubrication Engineers. We've always been a company that preaches, reliability to our customers, whether that be, enhanced lubricants or, extended oil drains through oil analysis to, utilizing sight glasses and single point lubricators on equipment to increase the reliability of that equipment. But we had never really focused inward with that message and looked at our own manufacturing plant. So one of the first steps of this process was we sat down and looked at what are the larger obstacles that we face to build a world-class reliability program within our own walls. And I think one of the biggest things we found was the organization itself. This company's established. It's been around for a long time. So it was really set in its ways on how we, managed and maintained our assets. So that was going to be our biggest obstacle. Looking at our biggest assets within our manufacturing walls, like a lot of other manufacturing companies out there, of course, it's our our human assets is our number one asset, followed by our mechanical assets. In our case, the focus was on using the human assets to optimize the company's investments in its physical assets. So we want to develop in this reliability journey, both the human assets and in turn uh, increase the reliability of our mechanical assets, and get the full investment we made to those mechanical assets. So we sat down and we listed out all of our mechanical assets, and I haven't listed all of them here, but being a manufacturing facility, we have a lot of equipment that we need to keep up and running, or else we don't produce the product that brings in money that pays our human assets, if you will. So, overall we have around 177 gearboxes, gear reducers, a lot of electrical motors in our plant, a lot of pumps, of course, pumping product back and forth. We have 21 manufacturing vessels in our plant where we make the lubricants. Those, of course, have paddles and stirrers and mechanical valves and all kinds of things in those vessels. Numerous compressors, of course, numerous heating and air units for the plant itself, and additional miscellaneous. So we really wanted to list out all of our mechanical assets so we could, have a starting point as to where we need to go with this journey. So after sitting down and kind of taking a 10,000 foot view, if you will, of our plant and some of our processes and our equipment, our focus really, we wanted to focus on improving our lubrication reliability maintenance practices by focusing equally on not only our mechanical assets, but probably more importantly on our human assets. We knew we faced our biggest obstacle we were going to face was changing the mindset, if you will, of what we had been doing in terms of maintenance practices for so long. So we really knew we had to focus on the human assets as well as our machinery out there. So getting started on our reliability journey here, we knew we needed to keep it simple, as it can seem daunting starting any new venture, if you will. So we knew we needed to keep it simple. Understand that this is a journey; it's not a destination. It's okay to change plans halfway through if we need to. We knew we were going to discover some things during this journey that would probably alter our plan a little bit. And we knew we needed to remember that the improvements in culture change would take time. It was going to take some time really for people to buy into this program. So getting started, some of the questions we asked ourselves was, how do we tackle this opportunity? This is a big program, and what is the best way to go about, implementing this and having people buy into this program? How do we coach change? How do we get these people that have been, operating one way to kind of shift a little bit, do the paradigm shift and buy into the program and believe in the program and make it their program, really. So we found that really it starts with top-down leadership. We knew we needed a person from the top of the organization at the VP level to really drive this program home. Um, this VP person needs to have good interaction with the maintenance team. He must follow through and stand behind this reliability movement within the facility through its failures and its successes. And really, you need that top leadership to help define and create this new culture you're trying to create. So, with our reliability champion, if you will, in place, who was part of the top management here at Lubrication Engineers, the next thing we wanted to focus on in our reliability program was training and certification for maintenance staff, as well as other key personnel here within the organization. And we did that through ICML and other organizations out there. There's a lot of great continuing education, if you will, certification courses out there. We brought instructors in house to become MLT1 MLT2 teach courses, and then most of our employees would then sit for the certification exam. In the end, we ended up having close to 119 people within the organization go through one to two courses, and became certified through ICML. We also had over 44 people become certified lubrication specialists as well. So, that was the next step is getting our team trained and buying into this reliability program, and how to go from there. And this picture was, of course, before COVID, but with the continuing education, we didn't stop at just getting people certified and called it good. We really started to attend reliability conferences out there, CBM Connect, Reliability Well conferences, and continuing that education of our maintenance staff as well as other employees here at LE. So with our continuing education efforts, which a lot of people, bought into here at Lubrication Engineers, also, started to learn quite a bit from those ICML courses or certification classes, as well as attending a lot of industry meetings out there, networking with people and things. So, we started to implement what we learned at these training and conferences out there. We initially wanted to start the program small so it was manageable. We could get wins early that way, by not focusing entirely on the big picture. Let's focus on the small. We wanted to see positive signs of change in our people and our process by doing this. And of course, always keeping in mind that this is a journey. It's not a destination. It's something we need to establish and continue down the journey throughout the years. And, we believe from day one that increasing the reliability of each asset would lower our total cost of ownership. So one of the things we did very early on in our program was a lubrication survey of our own plant. And we found this to be, a crucial step to really defining what it is we wanted to do in this program. And so much so that we've actually started doing, lubrication surveys for other companies. We find this very beneficial, and they do too. We covered the entire plant. We identified every lube point in the plant. We marked those lube points with what lubricant needs to go in that at that lube point, those types of things. We provided essentially a critical blueprint of the entire plant that where all our assets need to be lubricated, um, and looked at what lubricants we were using, etc., and consolidating down the amount of lubricants we used. And the entire survey, it really just kind of showed us a path to improvement. It's amazing once we started looking into the survey results, all the ideas that flow out of that on how to improve, a lubrication reliability program. So this slide is just an example of the page out of our lubrication survey that we did here at the plant. Just identifying all the assets, the mechanical assets out there, their lube points, the type of lubrication they take, things like that. We developed our human assets. We continuing education and continue to do that. It's a journey, not a destination. So that just continues on. And after that, we really started to delve into our mechanical assets, and how to increase the reliability of the plant as a whole. So I'm going to turn it over to Patrick Lowe, and he's going to talk about some of those mechanical assets and what we did in our plant to improve our reliability down this journey.
So the next portion of our reliability journey we want to share with you is just a look at our lube room we've set up in our facility. We instituted new lube storage systems that really created momentum for our team. We made a statement to the employees that we were serious, we were ready to spend money, and we were ready to improve our program. The maintenance team took pride and ownership in the system, and they began to think outside the box to enhance machine uptime. So here's a few examples of what not to do in a lube room, and as you can see here, we see a couple rusty drums completely open. You see a rag sticking out of an open bunghole. You see some dirty transfer containers just sitting out, galvanized steel it looks like. You see just a standpipe for a breather. All of that is not conducive to keeping your lubricant clean and dry, which can result in some issues going forward. We're about to just start a look at what our lube storage and handling process entails. Some of our new system features where, when we put lubricant into the storage tank, we filter in. When we transfer it into transfer containers to use an equipment, we filter out of the storage tank. This way the fluid is kept clean and dry. Everything's organized. The color ID that we employ, it really creates a chain of custody, and it eliminates cross-contamination. Apart from our lube storage room, we really have enhanced our handling of our lubricants. We use sealed transfer containers to keep lubricant clean. It's easier for the operators, it's cleaner for the factory. Color coding, again, eliminates mistakes. Our storage containers each have a color-coded tag. It can be personalized to product type, product name, and it's easy to identify what container goes with which lubricant in this process. Here's an example of how identification is made easier by using our color-coded tags, as well as our transfer containers, as well as on our lube storage. All lube points were color-coded and numbered according to the product in the storage system. Lubrication became smarter, more intuitive, and more streamlined for our team, so it really does cut out some mistakes. The next portion of our system we tackled was oil analysis. Oil analysis does everything from help us safely extend drain intervals, helps us spot wear trends before they become an issue, and it also helps quantify our filtration ISO cleanliness goals. Everything in our factory has a ISO goal, and that's what we try to meet, and we use oil analysis to proactively do that. We installed breathers on all our equipment, from gearboxes to other pieces of equipment, to prevent water ingression, prevent particles entering the system. They're easy to maintain, they're easy to change out, and it really makes life a whole lot easier in our facility. We use sight glasses as well in our reliability program. Some of the pros is they last for years and are very durable. They make it easy to visually inspect lubricant from foam to oil level to oil color. You just walk by it. You can identify the condition of the fluid to some extent. And another thing is they're cost effective and easy to install. It's an easy way to get your foot in the door in creating a good reliability program. I mentioned in our oil analysis slide a few slides ago that filtration was very useful in our program, and this is going to speak to that. You know, it extends equipment life. It's critical to making oil last longer by removing contamination, removing airborne particles that may get into the system, to remove some minor wear that may eventually snowball in the future. The cost of the filter cart is nominal to what you can save through preventative maintenance. Um, you can employ different filter carts for different products and prevent that cross contamination as well. Now it's just part of our daily routine. Um, we set particle cleanliness targets for all of our equipment, and that can be based on criticality of the equipment. It can depend really on what type of equipment you're looking at, but it's important to keep that in mind. We use automatic lubricators in our facility. It ensures critical applications receive lubricant. It can eliminate or cut down on cross contamination. It eliminates under and over greasing. It's easy to inspect and service. You can tell if that grease cup still has grease or if it doesn't. It reduces maintenance touches, or it really does reduce the amount of time somebody has to go actually put hands on a piece of equipment, and it eliminates the need for operators to apply lubricant in hard to reach areas. You don't have to send somebody on a sky lift or a scissor lift to hit a hard to reach bearing. We use clear grease guns in our facility. It enables 100% visual ID of the grease. You don't have to unscrew any cap to tell what product is in the grease gun. You don't have to squirt it out on a piece of equipment just to see what color it is, trying to guess which product it is. It eliminates cross-contamination in most spots, because as long as that too matches the ID tag placed on our equipment, you know you're putting in the right products. That is something that our maintenance team uses, and it's really simplified a lot of our greasing tasks for applications that can't use single point lubricators. We also employ automatic lube systems. Similar to single point lubricators we talked about earlier, it eliminates lubricant touches, prevents over and under lubrication. It's always going to provide the right amount of grease at the right time. It reduces overall quantity of the lubricant used. If you can supply a little bit of grease constantly, you can actually cut down on the amount of lubricant used. And it's also dependable. We give visuals to make sure it's running fine, it's running correctly, and once you verify that, you can generally just leave it alone and take care of it as needed. It's important for everyone to have a reliability software program. Um, our software program, once we instituted it, it raised us to a new level of lubricant management. It's helped us organize our approach to handling maintenance activities, helped us to establish lube routes, schedules, and ownership of the equipment. It's helped us quantify results, and it's actually empowered our team to ensure their equipment is maintained properly. Here we'll get into some of the numbers and savings and what this program has actually saved us. It saved us quite a bit in man hours. You can see here on the slide, it saved us 552 man hours, which, for us roughly cost about $10,000, and that was huge for us. So this program, did give us some benefits. Along with savings in man hours, we've actually saved a lot of lubricant over the years. We've gone from 449 gallons to 67 gallons of lubricant used per year during our maintenance activities. So, that equates to 382 fewer gallons, which can equate to quite a bit. We're looking at $11,000 in savings. It's important to notice, we're looking for a healthy bottom line. Through this program, we've lowered the total cost of ownership for each asset. We've positively impacted our bottom line, and we've created shareholder gains. We've dropped expenditures by 68% just by instituting this program. We went from, prior to instituting the program, we went from almost $300,000 in expenditures down to just above $50,000. So that's huge, and that savings, they add up year to year. We've realized, cost savings is great, but happy employees is also a priority for us. We've minimized the firefighting frame of mind when it comes to maintenance. We've created time for a maintenance team to spend on other tasks in the facility. We've also, we've gotten great feedback on improved job satisfaction, and that's another positive to keeping our workforce happy. Now, looking back at this whole program, there are some key reasons for success. It starts at the top down with our leadership. They wanted to make this a priority, and they saw the benefit and the value, and they created a plan of attack with the team leads. We've invested in both people and mechanical assets throughout this program, and it really has delivered consistency and results. And it's given us patience in trying to get this program off the ground. It's not something that's going to be quick, but as long as you're invested and push this program, I do think you see benefits and cost savings in the end. Well, that ends our presentation for this morning. We appreciate everybody taking time to listen to us talk, and we'll open up for questions and answer those if anybody has any.
So we're back, and I am so excited because I have both Patrick and Wade with me. They'll be joining me on screen. And one of the main takeaways for me is that a lot of times we don't realize what's right in front of us, in that we didn't take the time to look and know, okay, we can actually implement lubrication audits, actually add some savings, into the mix. So I love that you all applied what you all learned, and you all can help customers as well. So tell us a little bit about that, because I have people asking me, Christopher asking, he says a very, very interesting program. And like just an example of how training people, it helps, it really helps.
That's very true. I think it's hard to realize what's in front of your face sometimes. The little things do add up, and you can improve, job satisfaction and increase profits by taking care of the little things. And lubricants are often thought of as they're not assets in a lot of people's minds. So that's really what we've done.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the training of people as well. I think of course that improves the their overall understanding and all that, and helps build the program. But that really does go towards job satisfaction as well, right? I think there's a buy-in from the people, and they want to help, and they make it theirs. They begin to own it, and I think that's key to a successful program. So
it really is a mindset.
Yeah.
Yes, and I loved you all said it really good in the presentation. You said it starts at the top. It starts with leadership, being able to help everyone understand the value of what you're doing. And we have Ravi actually saying that he has a very similar lube strategy, training tools and processes. His biggest issue is monitoring lube usage and reordering lubricants. Yes, that can be a challenge. Do you have any insights, you can share with him on that part?
I think there are programs, of course, out there, and I think Patrick talked about, some of the our program, which helped with maintenance activities and all those things. That may be one approach, is to look into some sort of lube management type of system that the maintenance guys can put in when they use a quart here or a gallon here. They can feed that information into the system to help you monitor that.
Yes, and it kind of goes right back to our keynote that kicked off this morning with Ryan, that the future of maintenance is not pen on paper. Everything needs to be integrated. Everything needs to come full circle. So I think that's one of the main things that we're hearing throughout this entire forum. So I really love that you all implemented it at your plants, and you all were able to find that value and show the value and have so many people involved. I think the people are the driving process, getting them involved, getting them excited about it, helping them, to understand how their regular things can help add so much value to it. So you all did a fantastic job with that. And contact Wade, contact Patrick. They're on the app, they're on LinkedIn. Get in contact with them if you want to have some further discussions with them. Definitely, message them and connect to them on the app. But thank you all so much for your time today, and we're looking forward to even more sessions tomorrow and a few more later this afternoon, actually. So we will be seeing you all. Thank you all so much. Bye.
Yeah,
Thank you.